Hello again, Henson Huskies. It's time for another Books of the Week feature. And this week, we're changing things up just a tiny bit. I've got only ebooks for you, and all of them are brand new. So we just added books, and there's plenty to go around. Plus, a lot of people have been through the books they already had checked out. So if you have holds, it might be a great time to check. But here's some great recommendations for this week's Books of the Week. All right, to start with, we have Class Act. So Class Act is in the same universe as New Kid, also by Jerry Craft, and it's a really cool graphic novel that is brand new. It was just published. So we have a couple copies of this, and the premise of this particular story is that the main character, his name is Drew, he goes to this very fancy school, and he's starting to feel like he doesn't get all of the same opportunities as a lot of his classmates, and he thinks that it might be because he stands out as one of the only African American students in the school. And there's some struggle with that and with some of his friends who kind of don't realize what's happening. And it's a really profoundly interesting story, and it's just a great read overall with fantastic artwork as well. So Class Act, definitely worth checking out. The next one I have for you is 5 Feet Apart. So this was recently made into a movie too, but I've got to say the book is always better. So 5 Feet Apart features 2 young people, both who have cystic fibrosis, and their names are Stella and Will. And because of their disease, they're really not supposed to be anywhere near each other. They actually have to stay apart in order to make sure that they're safe and healthy. Kind of reminds you of quarantine maybe a little bit. But, you know, they care about each other too much, and young love is what it is. So that's really hard for them to stay apart, both physically and emotionally. So this is a great story. I would definitely recommend reading it, and we have it now as an ebook. And then last but not least, I actually have kind of a double for you. So we have had Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky, and that's a fantastic book. Tristan Strong has superheroes, and he is literally too strong for his own good and punches a hole in the sky. And so he and his friends have to get help from one of the gods to try to patch it so that it doesn't completely destroy things. And it's a great sci-fi adventure, fantasy adventure more so than sci-fi. And now the sequel, Tristan Strong Destroys the World, has just been released, and we have this one too. I don't want to tell you too much about this because you'd have to read this one first for it to really make sense, but it's a great series. Plus, as you can see up at the top, this is part of the Rick Riordan Presents. So he's the guy who did Percy Jackson and Magnus Chase and the Heroes of Olympus. So he didn't write these. This very, very talented writer named Kwame Malaba. I might be saying his last name wrong. I'm very sorry if I am. He wrote them, but Rick Riordan helped make sure that they are published and that he's promoting these as books that he highly recommends. So if you liked Percy Jackson, if you liked the Heroes of Olympus, this would be a great series for you to check out. We have the first one and the second one now. Speaking of series, we also have completed all of the Wings of Fire, Babysitter's Club, Spy School, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. There are so many full series now available on Destiny Discover. Check them out. We have a collection for digital series books, plus you can just scroll through and see what we have added. There are so many great books out right now, and we have hundreds and hundreds available for you. Don't forget, you can also check out the public library and our JLG digital bookshelf as well. So thank you guys. I hope that you get these great books and so many more. And happy reading, Huskies. Don't forget to log it in your Beanstack account.